Hey guys, hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and wishing you a very happy new year. So today I'm going to be taking you on my end of year collection room tour. Now 2023 was relatively a quieter year for me in comparison to previous ones, but I did get some of my most anticipated pre-orders in, so overall still a very good year. Now 2024 we're probably going to slow it right down, especially with new pre-orders. I still have a few pre-orders that I'm waiting on, so hopefully they'll all be finished and released in 2024. But as you'll see when we go through the tour, that space is pretty much at full capacity, not only from a display perspective, but also for storage for all of the boxes. As you know, they do take up a lot of space, and I've actually had to offload some pieces to make room for incoming pre-orders. So yeah, we're going to jump straight into it. Firstly, we're going to look at the pieces that joined the collection in 2023, and then I'll just give you a quick look at the collection as it stands at the end of the year. And then yeah, hopefully 2024 will see the rest of my pre-orders come in and join the collection. But with that said, let's get straight into it and hope you guys enjoy the video. Alrighty, so kicking off the collection in 2023 was this absolutely stunning quarter scale Scarlet Witch. This is an absolutely beautiful piece. I remember the first time I saw this go up for pre-order, I knew straight away that I needed to have her in my collection, and she came out even better than the 3D renders. So I'm not sure if you can see it through the video, but the factory did an amazing job with the paint application in this one. Some really nice details on the skin. That portrait is absolutely beautiful. So definitely a great way to start the collection in 2023 with this custom quarter scale Scarlet Witch joining the collection. Now the second piece joining the collection in 2023, I'm sure needs no introduction. This guy is an absolute classic. I'm sure you all know the XM Ghost Rider on bike. This has to be one of my most sought after piece. I know when I first started collecting, this was one that I knew I needed to have in my collection someday. And I'm so glad I was finally able to pick him up this year. And for a pretty decent price considering how much he goes for nowadays. But I gotta tell you, he's definitely worth every penny. Such an incredible piece, and I still think this is one of XM's finest, and definitely considered to be a grail in my collection. So super happy to have this guy in my collection. Alright, next up we have the Sideshow Premium Format Jean Grey. Now technically I didn't pick her up in 2023, she actually joined my collection in 2022, but I did have her custom repainted. So as you can see, she's got more of a red hair now, also got that power effect on her portrait, and then just some really subtle changes to her costume as well, with the blue and the gold there on the paddings. Just to make her a little bit more accurate to the 90s Jean Grey, sort of that Jim Lee style. So really happy with how this one turned out, and a great looking piece from Sideshow for sure. And here we have a custom God Emperor Doom on throne. This piece wasn't originally in the plans, but I managed to pick him up for a really good deal. Some really awesome details in the armor. I think that's a really badass pose as well. So although he wasn't originally a piece that I intended on picking up, I'm glad that I did, and definitely a good addition to the collection in 2023. Alright, next up we have the XM Studios Beast. Now this was another one that I wasn't too sure about, because although I really like the sculpt from this, I wasn't a fan of the paint that he originally comes with. But I was able to pick him up for a good deal through points and discounts. So I decided to pull the trigger on him and get him custom repainted. So he now has that more classic vibrant blue, and I think he looks badass. So definitely happy that I got this guy in and had him repainted, because he now fits perfectly with the rest of the X-Men collection, and definitely glad that I pulled the trigger on this guy. Now, one of my most anticipated pre-orders for the year would definitely have to be this Iron Man Hulkbuster piece. Now, being a huge Iron Man fan, this was something I was really excited about, and I absolutely love this piece. Now, there's a couple of options you can display him. So this is the deluxe version, but this is definitely the way that I wanted to have him set up. So a huge addition to the collection this year, and definitely deserve that center spot in my display. Love this piece. And next up we have this badass custom Bishop. So this one I initially passed on when it went up for pre-order, but after seeing the production pieces, I thought he came out really nice, and decided to pick him up, and thought that he would display very nicely with my Sideshow cable there, and I wasn't wrong, because they look really badass together. Tons of switch out options, but I think this definitely has to be one of the best Bishop out in the market. Not that there's really that many of them. So really happy to have picked this guy up and add him to my collection this year. And one of the more recent addition to the collection this year is this Thanos on Throne. Now this is a massive piece, and I love the concept of this one with all of the fallen Avengers as his trophy. Now, definitely not a perfect piece. There's a few things that I wish they could have improved on, but overall I think this is such a badass statue. Love the vibrant paint that they went with for his costume, and the gold really pops as well. So another awesome addition to the collection this year, and definitely one of my most anticipated pre-orders as well. That is the Thanos on Throne. And last but not least, another throne piece. Now this guy has actually been in my collection for a little while and has been one of my favorites, but I always found his throne, or the base, lacking, and didn't do any justice to all of the awesome sculpt and details that I had on there. So I had him custom repainted. So my guy Nick from Bazaar Customs, as always, did an incredible job giving this guy a bit of a glow up. So as you can see, the throne is now much better with more contrast, especially with those colors, and I think this looks absolutely badass, and definitely one of my favorites in the collection. Alright guys, so now I'm just going to give you a quick look of the collection as it stands. So you've got the ladies there. I think they look awesome together, and I cannot wait to get the rest of my pre-orders to come in so I can get my Femme Fatale lineup all set up. You got Gladiator Hulk, Thor and Breaker of Brimstone. Two amazing pieces, great sculpt, and they pair really nicely together. And then over here you've got Daredevil, Black Panther, and of course this awesome symbiote Spidey, still one of my favorites. Now I do actually have a Black Panther, another Black Panther on the way, so hopefully he'll ship early in the new year. So I'll have to make a decision whether I keep both or let go of one, depending on, you know, when I get the new piece in and do a bit of a comparison. So we'll see how we go with that one. Down here we've got this massive Venom. Still a huge fan of this one.
Next to him we've got the custom repainted Logan. Now he's only there temporarily because I do have Carnage from the same group that did Venom. Hopefully he's nearing completion soon, and then so as soon as he comes in, he will make his way next to Venom there, and I think that will look great together. Then of course you've already seen Hulkbuster, love that piece. Now we've got another custom repainted statue here. So this is the Doom versus Silver Surfer, which I've converted into the God Emperor Doom versus Silver Surfer Black, and I think that just makes this piece so much better. And then next to him we've got Johnny Storm and Human Torch. Now I would have loved to have picked up the rest of the team because they all look great, but unfortunately I just don't have the space. So I do have his sister on pre-order, so hopefully we'll get an update from her real soon, and she will again hopefully join the collection in 2024. Over here you've got the other Doom on throne. Then moving on to this side, we've got the X-Men collection. So you've got the villains there. Those guys are absolutely badass, and I'm hoping to add another character to this lineup in 2024. Fingers crossed. And here we've got Archangel, very dynamic piece. Psylocke, I think this is still one of the best Psylocke out in the market at the moment. And then next to her you've got X-23 from Sideshow. Now you can probably tell there's a bit of a size difference between them, and that's because X-23 is obviously a premium format, which tends to be on the smaller scale of things, and then you've got Psylocke, which is a 3.5 scale, so she is larger than even my quarter scale pieces, but I think they display really nicely together. Both very dynamic, with their hair flowing, so I think they go really well together. And then of course you've seen this too, badass duo, so that's the Bishop and Cable from Sideshow premium format. And then over here we've got Iceman and Nightcrawler, again two very dynamic pieces. And then at the top we've got the X-Men lineup. I think this is probably one of my favorite shelves. I think they look really cool together, almost like a comic cover. Now all of these are actually Sideshow pieces except for Beast, which is from XM, but I think he fits really nicely, especially now that he's got that awesome paint job. And coming down here, still one of my favorite in the collection as well. This is the Silver Surfer with a huge base. Love that piece still. And then next to him, one of the grails of my collection, XM Ghost Rider. And then we have the kings of my collection. These are my throne pieces, and the three big baddies being Thanos, Magneto, and of course Dr. Victor Von Doom. So that is pretty much it. That is the collection at the end of 2023. Like I said, wasn't an overly big year in terms of new pieces coming in, but the ones that did were probably some of the pieces that I was really looking forward to, and a couple of ones that I didn't expect to pick up, but very happy that they're in my collection. So I think we'll wrap it up there, and we'll look forward to what 2024 brings, and I'm sure you guys will see photos of new pieces as they join the collection throughout the year. So with that said, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it, and again, a very happy new year, and hope that 2024 brings another exciting year for you all in terms of your collections or just in general. Alright guys, that's it. We'll leave it there. Thank you again, and have a good one.